you know, there once was a time where fighting events, whether wrestling or WWE, that's wrestling, right? Or what's the other one? UFC, that's what I was thinking of. The more quote-unquote real fighting, hopefully that doesn't offend anybody, was the Trump world. That was Trump country. Man. Huh. And now at an AEW, which I guess is like the competitor to WWE wrestling event, Trump's ice got brutally chanted against among a bunch of wrestling fans. That's awesome. That's a tide shift. And before I show you that clip, it's interesting because Trump's fear of being booed is what's making him not go to the Super Bowl, apparently. Trump is too scared to go to the Super Bowl, reports the Daily Beast, after his aides' humiliating warning. The president was loudly booed at last year's game, and his aides were thinking, we can't have that happen again. What are we talking about? What is Trump so afraid of? Well, it's stuff like this. So it sounds like a couple people don't like him. That would be my takeaway. A couple people don't like him. The thin-skinned president had previously offered the unlikely excuse that he would not attend the NFL championship game between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots on Sunday in Santa Clara, California, because it was, quote, too far away. Sure. And because he disliked the planned performers, Bad Bunny and Green Day. However, several of Trump's advisors have now told Zateo that the 79-year-old was urged not to attend the game in the deep blue Democratic state because he would likely receive a less than friendly reception. And that's what this is really about. And when even at AEW wrestling events, this is happening, he has good reason to be afraid. Just the quickest pause to request that you click the subscribe button, the simplest, easiest, freest way, completely free, to support the work that we do. Right below the video, click that subscribe button. Back to the video.
Now the face in the eyes of the champion.
So they are saying F ICE, if you could not hear, for some reason. But this is kind of an iconic face that was made. This is like a Jim face from The Office. Sounds like they don't like ice. Which I think sums up. Which again, this is going to break Trump's heart because he used to love wrestling.
Millionaire, big slap. Let's get out of here.
Money.
There you go. Wait a second here. Not so fast there, Mr. McMahon. Perhaps. Indeed, yes. The Donald is here, live on Monday Night Raw. He's still here. And Mr. Trump not coming alone. I like how he travels. Well, I know one thing. Mr. Trump has good taste. Look at those divas. And you say that Trump is a prophet. I think that's spelled P-R-O-F-I-T. He could profit by defeating his man, Bobby Lashley, defeating Umaga at WrestleMania 23. Can you imagine Donald Trump sitting in Ford Field before thousands of people watching around the world and live with his head being shaved bald? What that would mean in Wall Street? Look at this sight, JR. Two of the most...
And now the wrestling fans are chanting against him. Which you think, how big of a deal is that, Luke? How big of a deal? You tell me. Look at that face. You tell me. Big deal. I'd say big deal is where I would place it. Now, this is not just a matter of anecdote. We have data that reflects this as well. Here is Harry Inton.
So I guess the question, as we get closer and closer
to the midterms, which party do people trust, knowing how they feel about how Donald Trump has handled things when it comes to the economy?
Right, the economy, right? Affordability. You know, Donald Trump has been dismissing affordability concerns, but when 54% say the top priority should be lowering prices, not much of a surprise, right? Party trusted more in affordability. Overall, it's the Democrats by 14. Look at this. Among independents, I'm laughing. It's 39 points. It's a blowout. This is the entire ball game right here. And when you're having a 39-point lead among independents, a 14-point lead overall on affordability, and right now the top priority, the Americans say, should be lowering prices for the Trump administration. This is the type of formula that equals major success for the Democrats come the midterms, if it holds.
And we have seen that in the special elections. We'll see if that holds in the midterms.
So we've seen a swing on the top, what people in polls cite as their top issue being affordability. On affordability, it swung from Trump being more trusted on it and the Republican Party to the Democrats. And as he cited in this particular poll, independents are at plus 39 points. And for a live reaction from Mr. Wrestler, what? Plus 39 points? That's crazy. Again, we were seeing numbers that show Democrats underwater. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why did people wait to now to realize that? Great question. I don't know. I don't know. But some of it has to do with silly billies and goofy doofies. And wacky jackies. And we have a lot of wacky jackies out there in the world. And so we have to be mindful of that, and we can't hate them. And I'm not going to apologize for that. Period. Because at some point we have to come to terms with the fact that there are more wacky jackies in the country than sane Janes, right? And if there's more wacky jackies than sane Janes, then all we can be happy is when wacky Jackie is friends with sane Jane. You know, we can't wish into existence that everyone's a sane Jane, because they're not. And I'm sorry for that. And I apologize. It's not my fault. I voted for the correct person, but other people didn't. So that's sad, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And what we have to capitalize off of now, or really where our headspace has to be, is that we can't change what happened. We can only change what will happen. That's what I've come to learn. The past is behind us. Only the future is ahead of us. Some of these phrases you're hearing for the first time are pretty inspiring. No, I know. And that we live in the present, not the past, the future. And so if we put all that into context, I think what it demonstrates is that the midterms hopefully will go the right way. And that's why Trump's panicking. That's why he's doing so much to suppress the vote. That's why he's asking for voter data to be turned over to him, seizing voting in different states. And we just have to have this level-headed dedication to, we're going to advocate through our political and peaceful process for our democracy so powerfully that the midterms are going to be such a blowout that this will be his reaction. What? Republicans got thumped. That's going to be his reaction. It's going to be maybe this will resonate, a KO for Republicans. Yeah, I've watched wrestling before, so don't question me.